how many times did you get woken up overnight by your phone going, meh, meh, meh?
I didn't. I missed all of those.
Even the one at 6:30 this morning?
I didn't get anything. Apparently, I don't need to be saved from. I don't need to be saved by a tsunami.
You're fine. You're in
I'm one of the
Christchurch.
unlucky ones.
Blimmin' Christchurch would be the key sign for a tsunami because it's just flat from the beach all the way to the hills.
Yeah, it was one of the big ones. I think it was maybe the Kaikoura one, where it was massive in Christchurch as well. And I just remember thinking, tsunami. And then I think I messaged someone and I was like in Riccarton, which is a fairly ways into town. And they were like, nah, I won't even reach you. And I'm like, it's pretty flat. I think it could. A big enough tsunami, it could reach us. But
we got that one
not.
at 4:30
Hopefully
yesterday afternoon, which always scares the shit out of me when it goes off. Oh, I don't know what that is. I guess that's what it's supposed to do that way. And then my phone died while I was doing editing, and I went upstairs at about 12:30 or 1, and I put my phone on my charger just to give it some juice before I went into the bedroom so I could see around there. And it went off again. And I don't know whether that's because it was doing a funny read from having no power and it just did it, or I got the like 11:30 or midnight one as well. And then we both got the 6:30 a.m. one. But it's funny that I think this was the lead story on One News tonight, and 3 News did a story on it as well, because it actually failed. They glitched out. I think some people said they got up to 6 notifications through the night. Ooh. Could you imagine that? 6 times. So let's have a squiz as to what was going on with the old emergency notifications.
And glitches being blamed here for people getting multiple alerts overnight about the local tsunami threat. The National Emergency Management Agency has apologised, saying people should have only received 2 warnings, and it'll investigate what went wrong.
They haven't also said, because to be fair, the one at 6:30 this morning was a complete waste of time. It basically said, you're okay, everyone's okay, there's a warning, but everyone's okay, which is sort of what the one said yesterday at 4:30. I was thinking, like, the time you want to receive these things is like, okay, higher ground now, not like there's been a tsunami, but we're all right, emergency over. And that's sort of what it was this morning. It did say people on the water and that kind of thing. So I get it. But it was like, it wasn't even people on the water tsunami coming. It was like strangely strong currents or whatever it was saying. Okay. But anyway, we'll
meek
keep going.
warning.
Yeah.
Strong currents.
May Heron has more.
While New Zealand's 15,000-kilometre coastline has been under high alert, it's the civil defence phone alerts about the tsunami that have got people talking, some receiving up to a dozen messages through the night.
Yeah, see? Tsunami advisory, strong and unusual currents and unpredictable surges at the shore are expected following strong currents and surges. And just so it's like, I'm not saying we don't want to know about this, but the one at 6:30 this morning, like if I'm going to get a 6:30 a.m. one or a 5 a.m. one, I want it to be like, dudes, you need to get out, right? This is serious. Not like, guys, there are some strong currents out there. Be aware. That just didn't quite feel like the necessity for the 6:30 a.m. wake up.
And in the early hours of the morning.
Yeah, 3:30.
How many did you get?
Oh, like 3 or 4, I'm pretty sure, and they were a little bit random.
Well, I think it's a bit of crying wolf, isn't it? Like, you're not going to take these things seriously if there was actually a proper alert.
Some receiving none at all.
Yeah, I could definitely hear other people's phones going off, and I'm like, why is my phone not going off? There's always going to be things that we can work to improve on, and that's right across the whole system.
There's some gremlins in the system, without a doubt, and this because we haven't done one of these for a long time.
The National Emergency Management Agency says it's investigating why the alerts were inconsistent. It says it could be an error on their end, an issue with network providers, or even user settings. It says there should have only been 2 alerts, one yesterday afternoon at 4:30 and this morning at 6:30.
I apologise that people have been woken up through the alert, but I make no apology for the fact that we're taking their responsibility seriously.
Even at half a metre, this huge mass of water can push you down and it can pull you out to sea.
The tsunami was first recorded off North Cape at around 1 a.m. The surge was then picked up around the rest of the country over the next 90 minutes. The biggest wave recorded was 51 centimetres in the Chatham Islands.
I mean, that's not small. You think about that. Like knee height, but knee height with kilometres of power behind it coming in. Not like knee height that goes and then it's done.
Yeah.
It's like knee
It's
height
the
that
energy.
goes for it. Yeah, I when it happened in Japan those years ago, they showed it. They showed that, you know, when the ground raises like this, all the water raises with it, and so over kilometers you've got the weight of that behind it. So 51 centimeters with, you know, 3 kilometers of water behind it is could be completely deadly. So, not poo-pooing it.
Around 6 this morning.
The energy, once it gets past New Zealand, it will actually go all the way out to the Americas, to South America, reflect and come back to us.
Civil Defence says a tsunami alert is still in place for much of the country.
Stay away from the coast. Look after your safety. Don't put yourself, your family, or anyone else at risk.
While the warning remains, it's hoped there'll be no more rogue alerts tonight. May hear in One News.
Man, I know someone in my house that if they get a rogue one tonight, they're going to lose their fucking mind. It was just a disruptive. Yeah, but also it didn't really work, did it? Because I agree that if you get like 3, 4, or 5 of them and they're not like needed, I know it might be the wrong word for an emergency, but they don't end up being needed, then next time it goes off, you're like, she's fine. You know, you do really want that to be this is serious. And cool for the 431, sweet as. Yeah. Anyway, you didn't get any. Is it a concern that you didn't get any?
I have had them in the past, so this is a first for sure. But I don't know. Maybe it was. I know that Vodafone are doing something weird with their 3G network, so maybe that's it. But I doubt it because my phone is a 4G phone. I keep getting these bloody messages. They're like, "Your phone's going to be disabled," and I'm like, "No, it's not. Leave me alone. Stop calling me." But I doubt that's it. I don't know. I don't think I've changed any settings, so don't know. Guess I'm not worth saving.
I mean, like, we give credit where credit's due. Mark Mitchell did exactly the right thing there. There was a glitch in the system. He took responsibility for it and he apologized. I mean, this is
wow.
It doesn't mean much.
But be a minimum.
It's a pretty low bar.
Be a minimum's on the floor these days.
No, but it's a pretty low bar. But so often politicians, whatever their colour, don't seem to want to accept responsibility. Obviously, he's not responsible for the glitches, but he did the right thing. So we got to at least say, well, he did the right thing. I mean, I'm sure he went off an hour later and did 10 wrong things, but, you know, even a broken clock is right twice a day, as they say that. I've always wondered about that because we don't have analog clocks really anymore. So actually, if you're just flashing double zeros, you're only right once a day.